Okay, so here's the instructions on how to put Windows 10 on an SD card for use in a Raspberry Pi 4. This is with the new fix that has USB sockets working and also supports up to 3 gig of RAM. So the performance is much better. Even from an SD card, it's actually really pleasant to use now. So first things first, you'll need to get an image of Windows. You can do that through this WOR website. And in the download section you'll see there's some images of Windows to download, but also if you check in the Discord, and I'll put a link in the description, go to downloads, you'll see that Amir has made some of these available for downloading, and also this 3 gig fix, you'll need that as well, so download both of those, so build 0.2.1 and also this 3 gig fix, and you'll need something to unzip that. So once you've got that, you also need to download this version of Windows on Raspberry, and this is basically the software that writes to the card. So it's a bit like Balena Etcher or PyImager or something like that. So you click on that and you can see that's downloaded. So you need to unzip that. So I'll select all and I'll pop it in a folder on the desktop. And I'll call that WOR. So paste that in. And then once that program is ready, just double click on the exe file, hit more info if you get this error up, and run anyway. So now you just need to follow the steps through on this. So select your language, so next. You pick the one for Raspberry Pi 4, obviously if you're doing it for Raspberry Pi 4. Then you also need to select the device that you're writing to. I haven't plugged mine in yet, so I'll plug in my little SD card reader with an SD card in it. Just needs to be, I think, 8 gig or more. Let's close that down. And then click on here and you'll see it should come up. If you hit refresh, there you go. So SD card reader, so I know that's the one. I know it's not going to write it to my hard disk. Hit next. Select your Windows on ARM image. This is the one that you either downloaded earlier on from the Discord or from the WOR site. Now mine are stored on my NAS drive. So I've got a few in here. This is the latest one by Amir. I'm going to use the older one because I've had success with that. So click on that and click open. That will take a few seconds to mount the image. So hit next. And then with the drivers, use the latest package on this server. Accept, accept. Hit next. Then use the latest firmware on the server, and you can see it comes up as Pi 4. Hit next. Everything there should be okay. Hit next. And then install. You don't need to worry about any pop-up windows that come up like this. Just go down to the right and minimize that and just pull this one back up so you can monitor how this is getting on. Okay, so that's all completed, so just hit finish. So now if we go to our downloads folder and we need to find that 3 gig fix that we downloaded earlier on from the Discord, double click on that and we'll just create a new folder on the desktop, just call it fix, and we'll drag that in. Now the file we need from that folder is winpatch.exe, so you just need to copy that and then go to the C, which is here, C drive, which is the root of your Windows folder, and just pop it in there. You can see I've already done it, winpatch.exe. So now what we need to do is open up a command prompt, so cmd, but you need to do it as an administrator. Just drag that over here. We need to check where our Windows folder is, what letter it is. Now in the case of this, you can see that R and Q are my Windows folders. So I'm going to need to put Q as the letter in a second. So remember Q. So winpatch final. I need this script here, but I need to change that to Q. So I'll do that now. It's usually been F, but it's changed because things have been plugged in and unplugged and things like that, but it doesn't matter. Or you could just unplug it and plug it in again. So let's copy that, and then we need to go to the root here, so we'll go cd space ... cd space ... There's probably an easier way of doing that, and paste that in. Hit return. There you go, applying the patch. This is the patch that sorts out the USB and also allows 3 gig of RAM. We've only had 1 gig of RAM before now, and we had to use USB on the go, which was a pain. So that's all done, so we can close that down. And now we're going to be putting our SD card in the Pi. Okay, so we need to press escape on startup and you'll get this screen. Then we need to go down to Device Manager, Raspberry Pi Configuration, Display Configuration, and we need to check 720 and uncheck Native Resolution. Go back, Advanced Configuration, so limit RAM to 3 gig, that's enabled, that's what it needs to be. CPU configuration, you can choose to overclock here if you want. So I'm going to go for 2 gigahertz, which has worked well for me. So then F10 to save, press yes, escape, 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 go down to continue and press enter to apply. Okay, so now it's booting up Windows 10 and should already work with the 3 gig of RAM and the USB sockets as normal. So unlike previous WOR videos that I've done, you don't need an on-the-go adapter. This is just power, HDMI cable. I've got a mouse and keyboard plugged in, and just the SD card. And the SD card has got the boot partition and the Windows partition. So all that is done by this process. That's the bit you want to see, where the little dot starts circling. Then you know something's happening. But it does take quite a while. So shouldn't need to explain this bit. Some of the languages aren't in there, and Amir has taken some out, so depending on what Windows image you've got, it might only be English language in there. So hit yes. And just follow all the on-screen instructions. It's just a normal Windows install at this point. I don't know what this error is, but if you skip it. Okay, so we press Ctrl-Alt-Delete and go to Task Manager and Performance. You'll see that we're still only using 1 gig of RAM, but thanks to Marcin for providing this fix, and it's in the comments of one of my previous videos. So if we open up this text file, this is what we need to put in to a command prompt. So copy that, type CMD down the bottom here, run as administrator, paste that in, hit return, and that's it. So all we need to do now, hopefully, is restart, and then we'll have 3 gig of RAM. Okay, so that's restarting now. Okay, so we've booted back up. Let's do Ctrl-Alt-Delete again, Task Manager and Performance, and there you see 3 gig of RAM. Excellent. Okay, so I hope all this helps. Thanks very much to Marcin for that last comment. Thanks to Amir for providing the image, and thanks to anybody else who's worked on this fix. A great job. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.